Hey everyone, it's Aladdin here with the Chase the Ace Sports Handicapping YouTube channel. I think we had some pretty good picks, pretty good analysis, Nate and I last time, and I'm glad to tell you guys that he's back, and not only he's back, but we have a new guest. We have Nate with us, and we also have JD. Introduce yourself, guys.
How you guys doing? I'm back again.
JD,
JD. Hopefully you guys can pick.
Okay.
I've done one bit with Dean on this video, but that was a while ago. So we're back now, trying to get it dialed in.
Sorry about that train collision there in the intro. But yes, I think we did do one earlier. It actually went pretty well. I think it was a UFC one. But of course, we're back. We're going to try to do these every week now. We're going to try to make this a consistent thing. But we're going to jump right into this, no wasting time, like we say. Straight into it, we're going to Brandon Royval versus Mateus Nicolau. This was the first fight I really saw that had a sort of an edge on it. I think the best play in this is definitely the under. I'm going to shout out my boy Blood Money Bets on this one because he definitely tipped me to this. Royval, out of his last 10 fights, 7 of them have ended inside the distance. And out of his last 8, 7 have ended inside the distance. Guys, just kill or be killed, definitely. And Nicolau, he's also a solid finisher, too. He has 10 fights in the UFC, he's 8-2. But both those 2 losses are by first round TKO. So I think if he does get hit early, he might cower down. I don't know. He might go out early. Might get flatlined. So I think this might be a kill or be killed fight, and definitely get on the under. It's minus 120 last time I saw it.
Yeah, I like the under on this one. I think Royval, when he fights, from what I've watched, is that he can get very antsy very quick. And against a guy, like you're saying, everything you just said about Nicolau, I feel like he'll capitalize on that, not let him slip up. So I like that under.
What do you think, Nate?
Yeah, I like that too. For my official play on this fight, though, I'll probably just go Nicolau money line. It's a good parlay piece. I think Royval's just, I don't know. It's kind of just one of those guys that looks a little wimpy in the cage. Doesn't really, I don't know. Just the guy who I had a hard time putting my money on, I'll say that.
I think it's definitely good to back a guy he was 8-2. I mean, he's definitely fought some good guys too. I think it's a good pick. A little juicy, but I like it. Moving on.
Parlay piece, we'll say.
I like it. Don't sweat it. I think Nicolau gets to finish. I'm thinking first round. Moving on though, I'm going Bill Algeo versus TJ Brown. What I have for this one is both these guys got about they're same age, same reach on both of them. TJ Brown, he's okay, pretty good boxing, I'd say. Okay at takedown defense, but sort of suspect when he's off his back. I think definitely the best play in this is Algeo. The line has really moved in his favor. I think he opened at minus 140, minus 150, and now he's over minus 200 in some spots. So I think definitely he's the better fighter in this. He has a better resume. He's also super durable. He's never been KO'd, and he's only been subbed once, I believe. So I think he wins by decision because most of his fights have gone to decision. I think out of his last 10, 7 have gone to decision. So maybe not an overplay, but I don't know. I just like him to win a lot. I think he's a good little favorite, I think.
Yeah, I'll say I don't know too much about this fight, but from what I've seen from TJ Brown, I haven't really been too impressed. And I'm always going to take your word for it, Dean, so I'll ride an Algeo money line for sure on that.
Yeah, I think this parlay with one of these unders coming up. Just wait, we got some tasty unders. But yeah, I think moving on. I don't have anything on Clay Guida versus Rafa Garcia, but if you guys want to say anything, that's.
Yeah, I'll say really quick. Really quick about the last fight too. I'd say Algeo. He's just got to dodge takedowns. If he can do that, I think he'll win it because Brown does shoot frequently, so if Algeo can dodge that, he'll be fine. And then, yeah, for Guida versus Rafa, I just think Rafa money line is just another parlay piece there. It's not too juicy. Like, it's nothing that you're going to bet straight up, but, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's much hope putting your money on Clay Guida, honestly, so I just do Garcia as another parlay piece, just Garcia money line.
Yeah, I mean, when's he going to retire? Guida, he's so old now.
Yeah, just known for burping more than fighting.
One thing I will say about that, and this is just a little devil's advocate, I do think that Guida's probably going to lose this fight for sure. He's super old. Interesting enough, he did win a fight last year, which is pretty crazy. He won in decision against Scott Holtzman. Don't really know who that is. I just think it's crazy. A man that old is actually still winning a decision.
Yeah, his resume is crazy.
I mean, he's a wrestler at heart, so he's probably still got that crazy gas tank even at his old age and everything like that. But Rafa can grapple a little bit too, so I think he won't be too shaken by the wrestling disadvantage that he has. I think just, I don't know. I might just start building a little like 3 or 4 legger as my official play because I'm not seeing too much that's like near pick'em odds that I like. But there's a lot of like stuff ranging between like 180 and 300 that I'm kind of a fan of on this card. So maybe like a 2 or 3 leg parlay type of card for me.
Yeah, there's not many massive favorites. Yeah. Okay, moving on. This fight I actually really like. Pedro Munoz versus Chris Gutierrez. What I have for this one, I said Munoz. I think he might be an okay dog. I might not be like saying run to the bank on it, but despite his recent skid, he's only one fight won in his last 7. I think he had that one DQ, or I think it was a no contest, I should say, and then he had so many losses in between. But Munoz, solid leg kicker. He's never been finished in 26 pro fights. Amazing leg kicks. And I think he has a way better takedown and clinch game than Gutierrez, who I saw a stat on him, only has around 40% takedown defense, which is not that good. But he is more of a stand-up fighter, so it's sort of his style isn't sort of in that fashion. But I should say I think this fight does go to decision. Both guys are pretty durable, like I said. But I think it's dog or pass. What do you guys think?
I like, first of all, over is my official play in this fight. Like you said, it's insane how durable Munoz is. One thing I'll add, some information I picked up on Gutierrez, is that he is one of the most successful leg strikers in the UFC, and he throws some of the most. So if you're going to decision, that's huge points right there. I know it's kind of annoying to watch a leg kick battle, but that's how it happens sometimes.
100% agree with you on that.
I don't know too much about Chris Gutierrez yet. This fight's like somewhat reminding me of how we analyzed Font versus Yanez last week. It's like an up-and-coming guy against a guy who's fought better people already. And last week I went with the up-and-comer Yanez, and Font absolutely put his lights out. I don't know. I might have to lean just Pedro. I kind of agree with just like the dog or pass. Like, and ignoring the over-under type play just in terms of money line, who I think is going to win. I think either put a little money on Munoz or pass, just because I don't know. I don't think Gutierrez has like straight up money line, and this just looks like a parlay buster just when you look at it. So
definitely.
Yeah, I can see that one being a heartbreaker. My official play, I'll take Gutierrez by decision, 2v1. Let's see how that plays out. We'll see.
Okay, yeah, by decision you'll get a little more juice there, so I like that play.
Yeah, I just really think this one definitely goes to 3 rounds for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really the safest play on this fight.
I'm going to let you guys take over this next one. I do love this guy, my boy Jacoby, but I really only saw his last fight. One of the biggest robberies I've ever seen. At least top 5, I'll throw it in there. Top 5 I've ever seen, worst live. But, I mean, I hope he wins. I love the guy. The guy is sick. But I don't know too much about him. I'll let JD take over.
Yeah, and I'm going to be basing most of what I say off that Roundtree decision. I do like Jacoby, though. I think we've actually watched a couple of his fights together, maybe if we didn't even remember. But every time I watched him, he looks crisp. He stands in there tall. He's not backing down. He takes the fight to the other guy, which was just so crazy about that decision. I know you agree, Dean, but I got Jacoby moneyline in this one. He is fighting a guy. Came out right away, 2 knockouts in the UFC. He's 12-0 total MMA record. But in his first fight, he was definitely losing the first 2 rounds and got a flash flying knee, which is those don't happen every day. And then second fight, I did not see that knockout, but he knocked out Devin Clark, who is, I guess, not terrible. I don't know. It's the whole new to the UFC. These guys are 12-0. I've seen it too much, and I've seen them all get ended at least once.
That was Raul Rosas last weekend. I think I did pick Rodriguez.
Come on. Don't even bring that up.
You see a hype derailed every month now.
Okay. So I want to ride with Jacoby too. Not sure if I'll bet on him, but I really want him to win though. I want him to avenge that last loss. I like the narrative.
I think it would be huge for him for sure.
So we're all riding the Jacoby train. Nate, you're on that, or are you riding the Russian?
I mean, when you put it that way, I'm on Jacoby.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest. I don't know too much about Jacoby or Mirzakhanov either. So.
No, and like I said, that analysis I just gave was mostly based off that last fight, which is, I know doesn't sound good, but I like Jacoby. I'm a fan of him now. So.
Yeah, I mean this.
Probably a no. Like I said, probably a no bet.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably no
under
bet
the no bet. It's
don't know. I'll just watch it.
It's sketchy. It's a sketchy to bet Jacoby money line. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'll watch it as a fan, but I'm gonna move on if you have nothing else to say on that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
Okay, so next one we have Bozer versus Cutelaba. And line sort of shifting in Cutelaba's favor. It was basically a pick-em. Now he's minus 132, so slight favorite there. Tanner, he's moving down from 250 heavyweight all the way down to light heavyweight, dropping a little weight, but he always was a light guy. So he has fought a few catch weights, 235, 225, I think. So he's definitely been on the lighter side. But Cutelaba, he's kill or be killed. And he's on a 3-fight losing streak, and all of them are by either, I think they're all by first round KO or submission. So this is a must-win scenario for him. I think if he goes 4 L's in a row, especially if he gets knocked out, probably he's gonna get packing his bags out of the UFC. I think he'll either repeat the pattern, rush in, either kill or be killed, like I said, or he'll pace himself. Because Bozer this is how he loses. Bozer has 9 losses. 8 of them are by decision. So he's just going to get ground out. He needs to survive that first round. Bozer's going to be dangerous early. And I think if Ion can definitely be patient, he could win this fight. But I think people could definitely get knocked out for sure. What do you think, JD?
Well, like we were saying before, this one is pretty stinky, not gonna lie. It's
greasy.
I look at it in the way that
both these guys are doing pretty shit. Their careers aren't on the upward trajectory.
The way I look at it, and I didn't know this, Kudalaba, he's been in the UFC since he was 22, which is, he's pretty young to start out. He's 29 now. I don't like the last 3 fights, definitely all getting finished. Actually finished twice in the first round, and then the other one was in the second round. I don't like that either way. I do know that he is a decent wrestler for this weight division, which is more rare. You don't see that as often up here with the big guys. But I think if I had to make one pick on this, it would be Kudalaba getting him on the ground and kind of just grounding out some ground and pound to a decision.
I like that. Okay.
I see this fight ending one of 2 ways: either Bozer with a first-round knockout or Kudalaba by decision.
And that's the thing. I do like the under 2 in a way because it's hard for me to say. Bozer could go in there, like you said, bulldoze. That is his name. If that doesn't happen, I see Kudalaba wrestling.
And Killdozer.
And what was the thing that he said? Was it Bozer?
Bozer did say that this fight is an impending car crash.
To quote Gagey, he did say car crash incoming.
Yeah, which means I can see him actually getting a knockout in the first round, and that being true, or gas tanks emptied in the first round, and then a boring second and third for a decision.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I don't know the full skill level of these guys. I don't know if they're gonna go in there and have really crisp 3 rounds, or if it's gonna be start like you said, come out hot first round and just teeter off and get sloppy. It's tough to tell.
Yeah, I do like. I'll I'll take Kudalaba by money line. I'll take that as my play.
Yeah, I'll take
Okay.
I'll take him too. I feel like not many dogs on this card. I know I picked Munoz, but besides that, we're definitely on the
Yeah,
favorite
wait till
train.
we get to the next fight. He's the dog of the night, in my opinion.
Let's do it. Let's show Kudalaba some love.
I was about to say, I'm good on that one, but I'm gonna let you guys kick off for the co-main event. That's all you guys.
All right.
You just take
All
us
right.
on.
So, yeah, I can take it or start this one off. So we got Barboza against Billy Quarantillo, who's surprisingly, in my eyes, favored at -185. It's kind of the battle of the old strikers here. I think Quarantillo's 34, Barboza's 37.
Yeah.
Barboza's coming off a couple of losses. One I know was to Bryce Mitchell, where he's kind of got wrestled around. I can't remember who the other one was to. Before that, he knocked out Shane Burgos, I know, who Billy Q, before he just won his last fight, he had just lost to Shane Burgos. And I don't know, just overall, this isn't like too deep of analysis on like stylistic matchup or anything. Just having watched both these guys quite a bit, I just feel like Barboza just somewhat outclasses them on the feet, and that's where I think they're going to be doing most of their fighting, if not all of it. I just think he's faster, and I think he hits harder. So I don't know. Like, Quarantillo would really have to dog his way through this one to win, in my opinion. So I'm going to take Barboza money line as the dog of the night for me.
Nice.
I like that. And I'll say this about Billy Q. I know we kind of joke, like, we're always saying Billy Q for some reason. I don't know why. It's just kind of a funny guy we always have in our minds. But I like his energy. I didn't know that he was 34 years old. I have to say, I thought he was, like, literally 25 or something. So that's kind of a big red flag automatically.
I agree with 100%. Yeah.
I was happy he beat Alexander Hernandez because that was the guy who was like dissing Cowboy.
Fernando
Cowboy also
is one of the biggest bums on the roster.
he's the easiest guy to hate ever. That's for sure. Yeah. So I was happy to see Billy Q win that, but I don't know. I just think Billy Q is going to be probably put to sleep, if not just outstruck for a decision by Barboza.
Dude, I mean, Barboza might just give him a dirt nap.
Dude, like, I can see Barboza making Billy Q look like Frankie Edgar in this fight, like just giving him a foot right to the face.
I'm liking it. They're both on the dog.
What do you lean, Dean? Who are you picking for this one?
I guess I'll ride Barboza with you. Like you said, I like the name. Like you said, I like saying Billy Q. Pretty funny guy. Pretty good fighter, honestly, too. The guy has a good gas tank. From what I've seen in his last two fights, I've seen the Burgos one and I saw the Hernandez one. The Hernandez one was a really good comeback. He was losing that fight, almost got finished, I believe, and then Hernandez does what Hernandez does. He gasses out. And I just think, like what you said, I think there's good value on Barboza, even though he is on a little bit of a skid.
Yeah, Billy Q. Yeah, I think his losses were more guys who were like kind of like wrestling him down and shit like that. It wasn't, I don't know, it's not a guy like Billy Q who like plays his game.
And one thing I'll say, just to play devil's advocate, because I have to do this with every fight, as if you are looking at the Billy Q side, I think he is known to push the pace of the fights a little more often, and I think that if he gets Barboza up against the cage into some grappling, I think that could be where it was bad for Barboza. If that starts to happen, starts knocking him up.
Yeah, his pace and his gas will be his best weapons for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we all know Barboza is one of the craziest knockout artists in the history of the UFC. It's like, why would you not want to back that guy in a fight like this?
Love the analysis from both of you. I 100% agree with everything. But you guys good on that one? Main event time? Okay. What I have for that is I have Max. He's never been KO'd. I actually think he's never been knocked down. I actually saw something like that. And he's only been subbed one time. It was way back in 2012. I believe it was his first fight in the UFC, and it was against Dustin Poirier. I mean, the guy's really good. So, I mean, that's...
Wow, I never even knew that.
Yeah, so, I mean, definitely respectable loss. And, like I said, never been knocked down. Probably maybe the most durable fighter ever. He has the most significant strikes landed, but he also has the most significant strikes absorbed. Allen, he's won 9 fights in a row. Very solid boxing. He could take a punch, but he could also give a punch. He has very fast hands, but like I said, he has very, maybe not very suspect, but definitely you got to watch out for his gas tank. I don't think he's ever gone 5 rounds before. And Holloway, look at his last 6 or 7 fights. Probably every one of those was 5 rounds, and they all went to decision. So I think the over is really good play in this. It's about pick 'em odds. I think maybe even plus odds.
What is that over? How many rounds?
Over 4.5. I think you could get it at. Let's see here. I'm seeing over 4.5 is plus 105. Or actually, sorry, minus 135. I was looking at under. Sorry.
No, I'm definitely liking the over here, and I think, like you were saying, the only thing that threatens it is we don't really know what Allen can do in a 5-round fight, and we've seen how many 5-round Holloway fights. I mean, we know that the guy, he does not lose his spark as the fight goes on. He's one of those guys that every punch he takes is just turning up the volume more. So, could we see a Holloway finish out of all these years? I don't think so right now. I just think the only thing threatening that is the questionability of Arnold's gas tank.
100% agree.
Definitely on the over here, though. I will say that to clear that up.
What do you think, Nate?
I'll probably stay away from over under just because, like you guys were saying, Allen's his gas tank is unproven.
It's just a question mark.
It's not that it's bad. It's not that it's bad. It's just untested. Like, he hasn't fought 5 rounds, no fault of his own. But I mean, shit, Max Holloway is not an easy guy to be with for your first time in a cage for 25 minutes. So
no,
say that for sure.
Terrifying.
It's like I don't know. I don't know if I'm just gonna put my money on him being able to like you guys say, Max's strikes per minute, his total strikes in his career, everything, strikes absorbed. This guy brings the hurt. Other than Gagey, I don't know if there's anyone who will just stand in a man's face more and just swing with him.
Definitely. So, and one more thing I'll say. No, sorry, T. My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
No, that's fine. I mean, all I was gonna say really is I'm super up in the air, man, because I'm also a big fan of both these guys. Allen's probably my favorite prospect in a while in featherweight. I don't think he has a chance to beat Volk, but I still really like him.
Definitely. I remember you turned me on to this guy a couple of years ago. I know you've been pulling for Allen throughout the years pretty big.
Yeah. Shit, man. I'll leave it up to you guys for who you guys think's gonna win. But that's my 2 cents.
One last thing I'll add. I think the first round of this fight, and maybe even the beginning of the second round, maybe the whole round, is just going to be a total feel-out round, to be honest with you.
Oh, at least those first 2 or 3 minutes.
Known boxers and strikers, they're going to be getting their distance, getting all that, showing some fun.
I don't know if we might see much action until that 3rd, 4th, 5th round, to be honest with you.
Definitely, yeah, and
we'll see.
Maybe just some touchy exchanges, but then again, it's like, what am I saying? Holloway is the greatest boxer in UFC history.
Yeah,
so.
And all it takes is for one shot to land, and then a guy thinks he's losing the round, and he starts breaking more.
So
there's no. I guess I'll lean Holloway. I usually always make a long shot parlay. I'll probably put Holloway in there over Allen, but I don't know. I think the fight's too hard to judge to be hammering either one heavily.
No, and if I was to take a money line in this fight, I would take Holloway too, for sure.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on the favorite there on Holloway. But the 2 bets that I have so far for this fight, the first one that I have is over 2.5 rounds in the Holloway versus Allen fight, minus 285. You can see it right there. And then I have, and the main reason why I have this is because it's fight to not go the distance in Cutelaba versus Bozer. Like I said, Cutelaba's last 3 fights, very quick finishes for the most part. He's been getting easily, I would say. He's just making a lot of tactical errors. And Bozer, like he said, he's going to create a car crash. He's going to create a Gagey. So I really think it's a good play. It's a minus 109, basically pick 'em. Get on that play. And the second bet I have here is, like I said, shout out to my boy Blood Money Bets, under 2.5 rounds in the Royval versus Nicolau fight. I also partnered up with Stefanos Tsitsipas I think he definitely wins tomorrow in Monte Carlo. Both those
Nice.
are very good odds.
Nice. I like all those picks, Dean. I'm on them.
You got any official plays you want to add, JD?
Yeah, so I guess I'll say I'll do a 2-leg parlay right here, just 2 official plays. Dean, did you already say Munoz and Gutierrez over? Was that one of your plays?
I didn't make it official, but I definitely said that's the best play on that fight, and I actually probably will bet it for sure.
Okay. You know what? I'll make that my official play, and then fuck it, I'm riding with the guy that I just became a fan of, Dustin Jacoby, moneyline, as my second official play. 2-leg parlay right there. I don't know what the odds are going to be on that, but
Definitely plus odds.
yeah.
What'd you say it was, JD? Jacoby and who?
Jacoby moneyline, and then just over in this Munoz Gutierrez fight, which I think honestly could be the safest bet of the whole night.
I'll tell you the odds. Give me 5 seconds.
Awesome, thank you.
For that 2-leg parlay, you're going to be looking at, you get half a Garcia out of my bet slip. Oh, it's not combining them together for me. I don't know. You're going to be positive for sure.
Yeah,
For
definitely.
sure, yeah.
Plus 132. Plus 132.
I like that.
Solid odds.
And then for my plays, first one, we're just going to do Nicolau money line with half a Garcia money line. And those two guys parlayed together in a 2-legger is going to be about a pick 'em. It's going to be plus 103. And then for a second play, it's going to be stacking those two again and then throw Kudalaba in there. I just have a little bit less confidence in him. So we'll do a little bit less on this play. We'll say the first one was 2 units. This one will be 1 unit. And with Nicolau, Garcia, and Kudalaba, you're looking at plus 257. And then we'll do Barboza straight up, plus 150. That's another play. And yeah, those are my 3 plays: the 2-leg parlay, the 3-leg parlay, and then Barboza straight up.
Awesome.
Shout out to
I love that 2-leg parlay, Nate. I really like that.
Yeah, I'm liking those favorites a lot.
Gas, and he's fighting on the early prelims as well. If you want to use him as a parlay piece, the guy's got the Beauty and the Beast name, so I might just have to throw him in a parlay.
Who is this?
It's Gaston. I don't know who he's fighting.
Oh,
Who the fuck
I was
this
going to
guy
take the other guy because it looks like he wears Drakkar Noir.
Alrighty. I got nothing more to add on that.
Okay, we got our 2 official plays all locked in. Definitely, we're going to be trying to do this every week, like I said, and hopefully make you guys some money. So thank you guys, JD and Nate, for coming out.
Can I make one apology about the interruptions this video? I will get better at that. My bad, guys.
It's okay. We just got to get in sync better. It's all good. It's like our first video.
I think we did good once we were flowing. The only bad part, JD, was me and you on the intro. We were just like both sitting there and talking. Like Dean said, he's like, sorry about that train accident on the intro.
Yeah, I think that was my fault.
We just didn't plan it out. Dean, thanks for having us on. Appreciate it. Like he said, hopefully we gave all you guys some good picks. Like, comment, subscribe. Need some interactions. Send this fucking video in your group chats with your friends, and have a good week. Let's make some money.
Let's blow this up, definitely.
Let's do it, boys.
Peace out.
Let's do it.